What do you mean what goes into putting leadership journeys on? This is what, number 10, number 9, 9, 10?
This is number
12. 12?
As soon as I walked in, the vibe was different. As soon as I walked in, the DJ was unbelievable. I could just feel the energy. When I saw the mini stages for each speaker, I started to realize that this was going to be different. And then as people filled the room, I started to realize that what was different was joy. It was a space that was curated to ensure that joy was the most palatable thing you could have in the moment.
It's unlike being up on a regular stage in the times that I've spoken on a stage where there's lights on you and you really can't see the people in front of you. In Leadership Journeys, you're interacting directly with people that are right in front of you, and the lights are such that you can see them. So you can see the heads nodding, you can see the people snapping. It is incredibly intimate in that way because there's no separation.
There's nothing else like it. You know what I mean? Like there's no other opportunity for you to be reflective, to celebrate, to be in community, to be inspired by others, to be right there with the people who are moved by your work, to pour into people and then simultaneously, almost in the moment, get poured back into. So, I keep saying yes because I just honor the tradition of it and the beauty of it.
We get to create whatever spaces we want to create. And Big Picture saw a need and stepped into that space and created a container unlike any other. I think Big Picture deeply knows its audience, was able to create something that was resonant. And this is not what they teach you in graduate school. This is not what you learn in a fellowship program. This is real, pure, unadulterated stories from leaders who are walking the walk.
You can't really help coach and challenge and nurture young people to become their whole selves if you're showing up fragmented, if you're showing up hurt. And Leadership Journeys with Big Picture, I think it's an opportunity for the adults to become the learners.
The process of picking my slides that go with the questions that I'm asked, like, what is something you've never told anyone? Like, honestly, when I first was asked that, I was like, there's a reason why I didn't tell anybody. I think there's something special about answering the question in that it happens in public. So you actually see what the other speakers are gonna do. So there's like a co-learning that's happening that you may not have thought of, but you're like, I'm not doing this alone. And people are like cheering you on and interacting with you in a way that usually doesn't happen on a conference panel. But with the humanity that's infused into the experience that we have, I think it allows, and it has allowed me to just show up as the spirit moves me.
Think about the constellation of the stars that we often can't see because of the light pollution. That same constellation is matched here on Earth, that connectivity. What is captured in Leadership Journey is a constellation of humans, but the light pollution was dimmed, and we're able to see and hear each other through this experience of Leadership Journeys.
Carlos, our gentle giant, is the orchestrator of tying together all of our stories. He doesn't need to be on the riser. It's not important to him to be on the riser. It is his way of telling his story by connecting to people who have very like stories.
Now we have folks being like, come and do it in our space. It's like it's working. The energy's there, the hype is there, people are people are lining up to see an event like this, and I can only see it go further.
If you came to a leadership journey for the first time, you would say, this is an amazing party. But then when you leave it, you realize it's much more than that. It's combined with some really deep, introspective stories of vulnerability, joy, playfulness that add up to what Leadership Journeys is.
Modeling leadership that is centered around love, that is centered around care, that's centered around humanity and vulnerability is important. The stories matter, the details matter, the moments absolutely matter, and the people that are in the space matter. And that's absolutely what makes Leadership Journeys.